Test 1 2 1 2 test.
Sorry, Stuart.
You squishing the kitty?
Oh, he is behind me again.
You're disturbing his restfulness. Let's unmute myself so I can hear myself. Test 1 2 1 2 test.
I'm off to bed.
Say goodnight, Kyle.
Night, Kyle.
No. Close the door a little bit because we're going to be doing some voiceover stuff. Storm just sauntering out like he owns the place, huh? Night, baby. Alright, excellent. Now, is this louder or lower than what you heard when we were playing the game? Oh yeah, I should probably mute that so I don't start cycling. Nope, mute. There we go. That is a good question. Can I make it louder? Let's go to OBS. See, I got this turned up all the way. See, this is me turning it down. I already had it all the way up. So, let me try a couple of things here. Settings, audio. Mic auxiliary audio device. Advanced. I'm not seeing anything that would allow me to adjust this to go higher. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Let me try something else here too. I need to run another test. No sound device. That ain't good. Alright, let me restart this. There we go. Test 1 2 test 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 1 2. Test 1 2 test test 1 2. See, that's not even picking me up. Test 1 2 test 1 2. Test 1 2 test 1 2. What in the hell? Oh wait, no, it's playback speed. I don't want that. See, this thing was working not too bad here recently. I may have to switch to a different headset. Bear with me a minute. I'm gonna steal the wife's headset and try it out. The camera's not picking up shit. Yeah, Kuno, I see you. You're not that adorable. Yeah, well, I say otherwise. Daddy's recording right now. Alright, let's try this. Alright. Now I may end up having to restart OBS. Hopefully I don't have to. Properties, webcam, default, cancel. Let's exit out of Audacity. Restart it. Let's see if it's reading a new mic. It is not. Why? Why is it not reading a new microphone? Something's not right here. Test 1 2 test 1 2 test 1 2. All right, I'm talking in my normal voice right now, not speaking loud. Test 1 2 test. Okay, why can't I not hear it? Test 1. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. All right, I'm talking in my normal voice right now, not speaking loud. This hit says, okay, something's not right with my USB ports here, because they are not even powered up. Did I not plug these up right? Ugh. Good God, so much crap. Now, honestly, I might know what's wrong with my microphone. I'm swapping out about 3 different mic setups right now, so I'm trying to see what's going on. Man, I got crap everywhere. Alright, I may know what's going on with the original mic, so let me find the cord. Did I just store it? Alright, so maybe the USB ports up front aren't reading. See if I find an open port in the back. I don't think I have. Nope, I think I got one. Okay, that light's coming on like it should be. Now let me get the other mic plugged in. As soon as I untangle this extremely long cord. And I just knotted it up. Alright, I'm gonna try switching mics real quick, so give me, I got that one plugged in. Alright, let's restart this. Alright, do you recognize, okay, Turtle Beach mic this time, there we go. So it's reading it, so the USB ports in the front are not hooked up apparently. I could have sworn they were. Alright, let's try this. No, I did it to my my system itself. Now I'm about to switch OBS. The webcam one, because yeah, I think the short in this cord is screwing with it, so yeah, it's plugged in all the way too. Okay, so I guess that cord is shorted, but I'm gonna try one more thing. So give me just a second. I'm gonna plug this in one more way. Too many cords. Yeah, see, this is my webcam microphone. Alright, let me try this. Wait, I think I already tried this. Okay. Let's see, this is gonna read. No. What about now? Now it is. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down. I don't know if there's gonna be feedback or anything crazy. Test, test, test. What about now? Now it is. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down. I don't know if there's gonna be feedback or anything crazy. Webcam mic it is. Test, test, test. Alright, test, test, test. Gonna unmute this so I can see exactly what I hear. Test 1, 2. Speaking in my normal voice. This is the webcam mic. Test number, I don't know, 15. I lost track of it all. This is me talking normally. Test 1, 2. A, B, C, D, E, F, W. Okay, I was listening to stuff. Sounds like I'm getting a lot of... I guess that's a fan in the next room. It's picking up a lot. Alright, let me adjust the volumes around a little bit. Apparently I closed out of that. Alright, let's device properties, event levels. Okay, back 80. I'm going to turn it down just a smidge. Alright, still talking regularly. Let me know how it sounds. I'm trying to get the feedback. I had to feedback that background noise kind of out of it a little bit. Although, now that I think about it, I shouldn't even have to do that. Let's see. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Testing. See if I remember how to do this. Effect. I need noise. Crap, now I don't want it. I want the noise reduction. Get profile. Effect. Noise reduction. Okay. And then I'm going too fast. Let's normalize that. Let's see what this sounds like. It's a bit echoey. I'm gonna turn myself down a little bit and see what that does. I don't know, maybe it's just something I hear, but I can hear like a slight, I don't know, something in the background. It might just be me too. Test 1, 2, microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, so we're going to grab the noise profile. That empty space is where I'm hearing all that background noise. So what this does is we get that noise profile, and then we essentially select all of our audio and remove that bit, that noise from, oops, still kind of hearing it. Let's do it one more time. Noise reduction. Get profile. I may have not done it right too. Let's see. That sounds much better, and then we kind of normalize it out. Nope, not reduction. I want normalize. This might be louder. Alright, making a couple more adjustments here. Test, 1, 2, 1, 2, test. Yeah, okay, so it's just pick up on here. Test, 1, 2, 1, 2, test. Okay, that's what it was. The sensitivity on this is what it was. So I will one more time try out the noise reduction. Make sure it's going to sound right, because we are going to be recording a voiceover here in Audacity, and I'm going to live stream it because I'm actually working on a tips and tricks video for No Man's Sky. And I got all the footage yesterday. What did I do here? Got the footage yesterday, but I still need to do the voiceover for it. Alright, and do we want to try to normalize this? Let's see what it sounds like. Okay, that'd be too loud. So this should be okay. Alright, I think we are good. Alright, give me just a few seconds and I will get my notes together. Now, I might have the chat off for some of this, just because knowing I have an audience, it's hard to make some of my more scripted jokes. I mean, most of this isn't scripted, but I do have a fairly good idea of what I want to do. Let's see. I'm making this video mainly as a tips and tricks for absolute new players to the series, or it's not a series, to the game. Let's see. Just capture. Actually, no. This over here. And just from when I started playing this thing again, the first time, it was brutal getting started back into this. Okay, so here's the actual video that I recorded. And it's basically just me, in my head, I was kind of going over everything I wanted to go over. If I was smart, I would have actually recorded the dialogue along with it. But I was not. You know what? We may just go ahead and... I may just go ahead and record it all at once, so that everything's at least lined up correctly. In fact, you know what? I think that makes sense. Let me see if I can dual OBS here. Have one streaming while one's recording. Alright, this is my dual OBS test right now. Just so you know, every time you play the blue thing, I can't hear it play. Oh yeah, I think I had the desktop sound off. Let me take a look at something. I'm going to turn this down low because I need to see if my desktop sounds coming through. Okay, stop recording. It looks like that worked. Alright, yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and re-record this entire video, and I think I'm going to do it live here with you watching. So let me get rid of the old, I got a lot of old capture footage on here. Let me delete that and free up some space. Get rid of these, get rid of this. Yes. Alright, I'm going to fire up the game. Let me know if you can hear the game itself. You should be. What the hell? Why is the second OBS over here? Okay, that's the streaming one. So I'll leave that one right there. And then this one is the one that I'm going to be recording with. Alright, close you out. That is good. Oh yeah, it's freezing up on me. What the hell? Alright, fresh Audacity project. Alright, I got a few notes on stuff that I wanted to go over. So first is going to be the resources. Then crafting. Oh, no, man. If you got any pointers or anything, that would be great. Like I said, I may have to re-record a couple things just because when I do scripted videos, I tend to stumble on my words a bit. It's a bit different for me just talking, you know, out of my ass when I'm doing live streams. If I got specific stuff I want to say, I'll stumble over my words. Scripted videos are harder for me to do than live videos are. But they're usually the ones that are more important because you're doing, again, stuff like tips and tricks or news videos. Let me know if you can hear the game when it's going. And then let me know if you can't hear me over the sound effects. I'm probably going to turn down the sound effects in game, so I'm going to have you help me dial that in. Alright, so we're doing that. Resources, crafting, inventory, new ships. Nope, actually I need scanning. Actually, now that I think about it, starting a new game on a new file would actually probably help a lot more than this. Because I'm going into my main save, so let me go to new file real quick. I got to get these in order too. I got about like 15 different tips and tricks points down, but I need to put them in the right order of what the player is naturally going to run into. So the resources are the first one, crafting would be second. Alright, quit to mode, select. Yes, and we're going to start a new game. Play game. New game. We're going to do it with normal to make it a bit easier while I do this. Inventory. Scanning. Ships would be next. Inventory and upgrades. And I think that's most of what I can do in a new one. Yeah, I'm starting the new game just so I can actually point out exactly what the player is going to see point by point when they start the game. Alright, let me go ahead and start up the recording. Start recording. and then I should be able to actually just mute the video that I make and just use the Audacity stuff. Test 1 2 1 2 test. All right, Audacity's picking it up. Switch back in the game. Let me get my chat back up. Okay, so this is so I can sync up the audio and the video later. So sync 1 2 1 2 sync 1 2 3 4 video and audio sync. All right, and I can use that point to sync these up later. All right, so you want to play No Man's Sky. Sam, I'm probably going to go through a lot of different stuff here too, because I'm not always sure how to start these videos. So if I start saying some weird stuff, just kind of ignore me. Let's see, I want to get to where I can move around. And I'm already dying, that's not good. Alright, hold on, I need to charge this real quick. Alright, hello YouTube, this is Venom with We Have Landed Entertainment, and today I'm going to give you your absolute, and I do mean absolute, beginner's guide to No Man's Sky. So, just like every other player in the game, when you start the game, you're going to wake up with no idea what's going on. You're going to see bars on your bottom left-hand corner going down constantly. You're going to be in a weird alien planet with nothing but a gun and a weird sense of dread. I'm going to see, that's not even a very good opening. Look like I can pause this too. Yeah, there should be game audio. If you can't hear it, let me adjust that, because you should be hearing some kind of game audio. Oh, okay, desktop audio. Test. Let's see if you can hear some desktop audio now. No? Still not. Hold on. What did I do to the audio? What did I do with the audio? Alright, let me know if you can hear it now. Oh, the output capture. That's what. Now you should be hearing something. Now you should have just heard that. You're not going to hear it when I tab over, but you should have heard something just then. I actually need to get a script going. There we go. So yeah, let me know, like I'm wiggling my mouse around on the game right now. Let me know if you can actually hear the game audio. And that is weird, and that's the stream too, you should hear that. Why is it not giving me game audio? Let's try. Okay, well for this, it's okay because I'm making the video. And I'm gonna have, okay, good, so that did work. Okay, so the second adjustment I made worked then. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna be typing up some stuff I'm going to, because I think of jokes, I want to make sure I get them out the right way. Okay, good. You can hear that. Okay. Might stick back over. Trying to think of a good opening line for this. That's kind of important. Yeah, scanner's broken. Crap, what is a good opening line? Crap, yeah. Let me type this out because it'll sound better if I'm not trying to wing it. A bit broken. Okay, that works. Let's see. Today we are going... Today we're going to show you the basics of how to survive or on how to survive. Today we're going to show you the basics of survival in no man's sky. You can probably hear my keyboard going crazy too. That sounds good. Alright, I'm going to stop the recording for a second and I'll just resync the recordings later. That is not the right screen. Stop recording. I'll sync them again later. Begin the game. Strange looking planet. Do you think you're all good? Oh yeah, I'm good for a bit. Like I said, I'm typing a couple things out real quick to make it a bit easier, but yeah, I'll be good for just a little bit. I gotta get these jokes and a couple of these longer sentences typed out because it makes it easier for me. Game begins prompting. This might actually be easier if I just wing it. I'm going to save what I wrote down and go ahead and click these bad boys. Nope, that's not what I meant to click. I meant to click on my OBS recording. Audacity, get recording, start recording. All right, syncing 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, begin. Begin. Get a drink real quick. All right, let's start getting this going. Crap, I wish I could switch into like an admin mode where I'm doing this, but it's not really possible. I can't scan anything yet. Alright, let me get some stuff scanned up. That's salt, it's not going to help. Get a couple elements ready for the start. Ferrite dust. Oh crap, Sentinel. Fuck off, I'm trying to make a video here, guy. My god, that ought to be enough to get us started. Hello YouTube, this is Venom with We Have Landed Entertainment, and today I'm going to be making your beginner's guide to No Man's Sky. Alright, you're going to begin your adventure waking up on a strange planet with a disembodied voice talking to you, no money, and no idea how you got there. Basically your typical Saturday morning. Alright, what I'm going to show you here is going to be your absolute basics on what you're going to need to survive on any planet, and it really gets you going in the story. So when you have to cut around that. So when you start, the game is going to prompt you to go and find sodium, which is going to be found in this yellow flower. Now the elements that the game is going to prompt you to look for are going to be able to be found on every planet. If you ever look at a wiki or hear a guide that says it's possible to land on a planet and not find any of these things, it is a lie. You will always find these specific elements on every planet. It is really impossible to get stuck on one as long as you know what you're looking for and how to craft the items you need to survive. The first thing you're going to need to look for is going to be this yellow flower right here. It is a sodium-rich plant. All you do is walk up to it and collect the sodium out of it. No, none of that actually sounds good. Let's do a different take on that. See, I'm going back and forth here. I don't know if this should be a funny guide or I don't know if this should be a serious guide. Yeah, I might just need to do the script. I'll stop recording. I may need a script for this. I started one already. Planet. No money. No idea you got there. Recharge, because not just that you're doing. Recharge. Current equipment. Okay, it's sodium, ferrite, oxygen. What else do we need for this crap? Can't remember what all you need. It's been so long since I started a new game. That's a ferrite. Oh, you're gonna need carbon too. There are 4. Yeah, it should be sodium, ferrite, oxygen, and carbon. Now, carbon, I can't remember if you can actually find on every planet. No, sodium, ferrite, oxygen, you can. The carbon crystals you can, or actually, yeah, because you can actually find the compressed carbon crystals around. What's the other one? Dihydrogen, I believe. Yep, dihydrogen. Alright, let's pause, get back to the script. That's actually 5 elements. The game begins prompting you to find and collect different elements around you to recharge and repair your current equipment. There are 5 resources you will need to learn to identify and harvest. These elements are... What the hell did I just do? Oh, good God. Sodium, oxygen, ferrite, carbon, and dihydrogen. I know, got tons of misspelling in here, but I don't care because I want to get this done tonight. Okay, so from there, I'll go through and explain what each of the elements do. So, it takes me the most time is repairing my own spelling mistakes. I think I'm playing too many games, and I'm destroying my damn typing skills somehow. I don't know why. So there's two letters that I just mixed up. My fingers are dyslexic. Oxygen is next. Sodium. Okay, save that. So there's those. Ferrite. Mixing very wildly. What else was there? Carbon and dihydrogen. Okay, dihydrogen next. Small can be found in small and large blue crystal. Smaller crystals can be mined using the mining laser. Large crystals will require the advanced mining laser to harvest. And finally, carbon, because it's the odd one out. It's usually found in plants. However, first carbon can be found in red crystal. Sodium. Sodium can also be found in crystals. I forgot that. actually silver nitrate. Actually, it's not A compress, it's Z compress for this game. You found a yellow crystal. And since I don't describe that until later, I actually need to put that under the, there we go. Okay. So got that. So that's the basic elements. That's the main thing I want to go over. Okay. Okay, now that's the part I had to script out, because that's really the real important part for new players, is knowing what all that stuff looks like. Alright, I'm going to finish this cigarette, and then we're going to actually start the recording session. Or I should say start again, because we've started a couple of times now. And this is actually the process I go through when I am recording stuff, because it usually takes me a few tries to get the words out correctly. Doing it live with an audience does make things a little bit more nerve-wracking, but yeah, if I cover up the chat, it's not too bad. At least when I'm doing the talking portions. And it can take me hours to make a 10-minute video if I haven't done it in a while. Alright. Alright, sync up again. I need the right one. Start recording. Switch over to the game. Alright, syncing 1, 2, 3, 4. Syncing 1, 2, 3, 4. Game and audio. Alright, I'll do the first part of the script and the rest is going to be off the cuff. Alright, welcome to No Man's Sky. This is going to be your beginner's guide to surviving while playing the game. And when I say beginner's guide, I mean absolutely beginners. I'm going to be showing you guys basic elements and what all the craziness is going on when you first get in the game. Alright, you're going to begin your adventure waking up on a strange hostile planet with no money, no idea how you got there, and a very deep sense of shame. So basically your usual Tuesday afternoon. Now the game is going to begin by prompting you to find and collect different elements around you to repair and recharge your equipment. Alright, there's 5 major elements or resources that you're going to need to learn to identify and how to harvest. These elements are sodium, oxygen, ferrite, carbon, and dihydrogen. Now contrary to what some guides may tell you, each of these 5 elements can be found on any planet you land on. Now getting them may be a bit tricky, but with patience and a little luck, you're sure to find these elements. Okay, got that part done. Let's go ahead and repair the scanner because I'm going to need that for this next part. No carbon yet. Let's grab some carbon. And then we're going to have to go and find the elements. Alright. Oh yeah, my buttons are all remapped. Okay, or I'll just do this in the order of the elements I find. Dihydrogen can be found in small and large crystalline formations. While smaller crystals can be mined with the mining laser, large crystals are going to require the advanced mining laser to harvest. Alright, what else is the next closest element? I need some sodium. I harvested everything around here, so I'm going to have to hit the ship to get close to some. Actually, this might have been easier on my normal save. But we've already started. There we go. We got sodium up here. Alright, so for sodium. Alright. Sodium can be found in the form of small yellow flowers. Now, while the flowers might vary slightly in appearance from planet to planet, you're going to be able to harvest them just by... ah, shit. Sodium can be found in the form of small yellow flowers on the planet's surface. Now, while flowers may vary slightly in appearance from planet to planet, sodium can be found in the form of small yellow flowers found on the planet's surface. Now, while these flowers may vary slightly in appearance from planet to planet, you'll be able to harvest them all by hand. And where was the nitrate? Okay, we got carbon there. Where's the nitrate at? There we go. That's actually just a flower form. I need sodium. That's all plants. Need the crystalline form to show. But I'm not. Let's see, that's a plant. Oh yeah, I can't zoom in yet. Well, we'll keep heading towards the ship, see if we can find some actual crystals I can show off. Yeah, here. Nope, another plant. Alright, well, we may have to hold off on the crystals. Yeah, see, I'm still just seeing the plants. Sodium rich plant. Alright, we'll do the oxygen next. Oxygen can be found in red plants scattered across the surface as well. Much like sodium, oxygen plants may vary slightly in appearance from planet to planet, but can also be harvested by hand. Salt, I need ferrite. There we go. Ferrite can be mined from rocks on a planet's surface. Rocks in the game vary wildly in appearance, even on the same planet. To harvest these, you use your mining laser. Alright, now we got a carbon deposit somewhere. Yep, up here. Oh, perfect. Right next to some other carbon. There we go. Carbon is usually found in plants. There we go. However, compressed carbon can also be found on red crystals. However, compressed carbon can also be found in red crystalline structures on a planet's surface, similar to dihydrogen and sodium nitrate. Sodium, oxygen, did the ferrite. Did sodium. Pretty sure I did dihydrogen, we're going to do it again just in case. Dihydrogen can be found in small and large blue crystalline formations. While smaller crystals can be mined using the mining laser, large crystals are going to require the advanced mining laser to harvest. Oh yeah, I figured you were back right here. Alright, so I got the scripted part out of the way. Let's get down to the ship. Okay, now that we got all the wiki-like entries out of the way, you really want to know what it is you're doing on the planet and what it is you need to do to survive. Well, here's a quick down and dirty. Now that you know what all the elements look like, here's what they do. Sodium can be used to charge your hazard protection. To charge it up, you just left-click on the hazard in your inventory, and then choose what you want to charge it up with. Since you're just starting out, you're just going to worry about the sodium. Now you can charge things from your inventory, or you can use a quick menu to charge them up. Now you can charge things directly from your inventory, or you can use your quick menu to charge up any of your items that can't be charged. This saves time on having to go into your inventory to charge up things. Now to charge your life support systems, you're going to need oxygen. Again, oxygen is found in these small red plants, and it is going to be a lifesaver. Now you know how to keep your 2 health bars going. No, it's not health bars. Now you might be asking, what is your hazard protection and your oxygen? No, that's not right either. Give it a good pause so I know that's a different take. How do I start the next part? Now most planets are going to have a hazardous environment. I mean, let's face it, most planets in the universe are not exactly conducive to life. Now every player has... No. I need to introduce the hazard and the life support bars correctly. I can't actually bring up the bars. Because you got the health bar, actually it's 4 bars. You've got your shield, you've got your health, you've got your hazard protection, and you've got your oxygen. And you know what? I keep trying to do this more like an official video. I do better when I do unscripted type stuff, when I'm just more candid, and that's really how I like to do stuff a bit. So, alright, get switched up, buddy. I'm trying to record. You want some attention? Alright, sit in my lap, and then you're gonna help me chill. Okay, dude, come on. Get off the keyboard. Okay, so we got done with the scripted part where I show you guys what all the elements look like, and from here on out, I'm going to be kind of unscripted because I kind of suck when I try to do scripted videos. In fact, I took about 20 takes before this part, and all of them sucked, and I do better when when I'm not scripted. Okay, so I'm going to run into this cave, and I'm going to go over a few things for you guys. Okay. The big things you need to know are how to survive on any planet. Now in the bottom left-hand corner, you see I've got 2 bars there. In the very bottom, I've got what looks like a little life support meter, and above that, I actually had a little radiation shield. That's my environmental protection. You need to worry about keeping those 2 bars balanced. You need to worry about keeping those 2 bars full. So to keep your life support full, you're going to use oxygen, oxygen capsules, life support gel, or dioxide to keep your life support filled. Since you're just starting off, oxygen is going to be the way you're going to keep it filled. Gather up plenty of that and use it to recharge your oxygen. Now for your hazard protection, that's going to take sodium. Now there's a couple different ways you can actually recharge your hazard protection. You can either A, use sodium to recharge it, or B, you can duck either into a cave, inside of a ship, or inside of a building. So when you start the game, you're probably not going to be by any caves, you're not going to be by your ship, you're going to be recharging it mainly using your sodium. Again, sodium is found in the small yellow plants. Alright, so you're going to want to start the game by keeping your health and your hazard protection charged up, and you're going to want to start collecting some basic elements. The game's going to prompt you to gather up ferrite to repair your multi-tool, which we've already done because I kind of had to do that so I can get some stuff going to keep making this video. And you're going to notice that your mining beam is actually going to start going down as you're mining with it. To charge up your mining beam, it's going to take carbon. Now, as I went over earlier, carbon is going to be found in plants, or you're going to find condensed carbon in the crystalline formations. Now, I'm not going to spoil too much of the plot because the game is going to prompt you to do a lot of things. This is really just going over the absolute basics of the game. There's going to be a lot of breaks in here too. It's going to be like 2 hours of video and like a 10-minute video. I need some coffee. Okay, now that you've got some okay, eventually the game's gonna bring you. No, eventually the game is gonna have you repair your scanner. It's gonna have you scan for your crashed spaceship. When you get to your spaceship, you're gonna have to repair it. But luckily, you can get into it as soon as you get there, which is gonna protect you from any radiation or any other environmental hazards in the area, and you're not gonna use any oxygen while you're inside the ship. However, the ship's not going to take off when you first get into it. You're going to have to make some repairs. Let's get through all this crap. Alright, to repair any equipment, you're going to open up the inventory. Blech. To repair broken equipment, open up the inventory to that equipment. No, that's not even inventory. That sounds fucking weird. Sorry, I talk to myself a lot too when I'm doing these videos. So I'm trying to burp. To repair broken equipment, terrible. To repair your broken equipment, hover over the piece of broken equipment and it'll tell you exactly what you need to repair it. In this case, our launch thrusters need 50 pure ferrite and 1 dihydrogen jelly to repair. Should probably grab those real quick. No, nope, that's enough. And then I think I have enough for the jelly. Yep. Oh, I need pure ferrite. What the hell? Oh yeah, I gotta do the damn miner. Hold on. I need more oxygen in the metal plate. Actually, that's good because I gotta introduce this too. Now, to repair a broken piece of equipment, hover over it. Now, to repair a broken piece of equipment, hover over it and you'll see exactly what you need to repair it. In this case, we need 50 pure ferrite and 1 dihydrogen jelly. Now, you may have noticed so far, you've probably only found regular ferrite dust out in the world. Yeah. Yeah, probably have. I've been thinking about doing some crap. I can't remember what it's called now. The video stuff at the end, the blooper video. Where was I at? Now, to repair your broken equipment, hover over the piece of equipment that's broken and it'll tell you exactly what you need to repair it. In this case, the game wants us to repair our broken launch thrusters. Now we need pure ferrite and dihydrogen jelly. At this point, I gotta show you how to craft some things. To make dihydrogen jelly, no. I'm doing this all out of order. I want me to pulse in this first, that's why I'm doing things out of order again. Do I have enough to make the carrot sheet? Alright, that's saved. Now, once you made it to your ship, and you've got a few elements, you can start crafting things. Now, in this case, in the very beginning of the game's going to want you to repair a couple of broken pieces on your spaceship. The first thing it's going to want you to do is to craft And see, I'm making this more of a step-by-step guide. I'm just supposed to be showing the basics. You think it'd be easier for you if you did this with no one watching, or having fun just hanging with a few? No, believe me, this is the way I do it. Like, I honestly forget you there sometimes. Not in a bad way, but no, I thought it'd be worse for me with people watching, but honestly, this is the way I am with every scripted video. Especially when I go back and forth. Sometimes I need a script, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I want to do things off the cuff, and I kind of have an idea how I want to do them, but then when I start talking, it doesn't come out right. Like I said, I don't know, for some reason I didn't think I'd be good at like streaming and talking, but that is easier for me than doing scripted tips and tricks videos, even though they're the ones I want to do. It's really just getting everything to come across correctly and doing it in order. So I'm worried about the order the person would be experiencing these things, but everything is kind of coming at you. Like there's 100 different things that go over in the beginning, and it's all pretty important. Alright, now that you've gathered up some elements, I'm going to go over the basics of crafting. There we go. Now that you've got a few elements in your pocket, I'm going to go over how to craft some things. Alright, to craft anything, open up your inventory, go to an empty slot, and click the craft button. Now in the beginning of the game, you're not going to have a whole lot of blueprints. In fact, you're only going to have 8. Now to craft an item, just hover over the item, and it'll tell you what the recipe is for that item. To craft it, just click the build button, and you've got your item. Simple as that. Now if you want to build another one of those items, just hover over it, hit the craft more button, and it'll craft more if you have the components for it. Yeah, man, keep hanging out. Like I said, I want you here. That's what I said. I'm doing this live because I want to hang out with people while I'm doing this. And again, if anyone ever has any pointers too, that's also a bonus. But yeah, I like hanging out like this. So yeah, stick around. Let's see. That was crafting. All right. As you go through the game, you're going to unlock more and more different crafting components, more advanced crafting components, and you can even unlock things to trade for quite a bit of money. But in the beginning, you're just going to be crafting things to survive. Now, up to this point, you've been using your basic elements to keep your hazard protection and your life support going. However, there's a couple things to kind of keep in mind. There are a couple of items that the game does not really tell you about. You kind of have to discover on your own that you can craft. Now, so I'm lighting a cigarette. I'm doing this too. Now, up to this point, you've been using sodium and oxygen to keep your hazard protection and your life support going. However, there are 2 other items in the beginning. No, that's Sparky messing up. Now, up to this point, you've been using sodium and oxygen to keep your life support and your hazard protection charged up. However, it's time to introduce you to 2 more items: the life support gel and the ion battery. Now, life support gel is made by Now, life support gel is made by combining dihydrogen jelly and carbon together to make one life support gel. One life support gel will refill half your life support. An ion battery is created by combining cobalt with ferrite dust. Let me run to the cave and show the cobalt real quick. Cobalt can be found in caves. No. Cobalt can be found underground in caves and can be gathered with the mining laser. Then we'll grab some more ferrite so I can craft that. I got enough? Yes. There we go. And then after I explain it, I'll craft it here. Now while life support gel is going to fill your life support up halfway, the ion battery will fill your hazard protection up halfway. Now the ion battery is... I can stop at the halfway. Alright, good. Now, as you progress through the game, you're going to unlock more blueprints that are going to make better items to recharge your life support and your hazard protection. So keep an eye out for those. Alright, so that is the basics on crafting, the basic resources. Oh, do I have a scanner yet? That's... hold on. I forgot if I can make the scanner. I need a carbon nanotube. Let me get that going so I can explain the scanner. How many does it take? One? It is one. Now, beside your mining laser, oh, yeah, no. Take another drag. Now, beside your mining laser, your second most important tool is going to be your scanner. Scanner is located in your multi-tool as well. Now, aside from your mining laser, your scanner is going to be your second most important tool. The scanner is located right next to your multi-tool, and if you don't have one in there, you can just build it. Wait a second. That takes ferrite dust to do. Okay. See, I've already got that, so let's go ahead and just remake it. So you would have done it at this point. Next we come to the multi-tool, otherwise known as the mining laser. Now besides the mining laser, you can install other bits of technology and... Next we come to the multi-tool. The multi-tool... how to say this? Next we come to the multi-tool. Now the multi-tool can have tons of technology installed in it, And I'd say next to the mining beam, your scanner is going to be your second most important piece of equipment. To use your scanner and PC, just press the C button, and it's going to show you all the different elements all around you. So let's say you're looking for carbon. Any carbon crystals may show up. Now in this case, we can see sodium plants, we can see dihydrogen, we can even see some carbon over there, and some more nitrogen. So if ever you're looking for a specific element, just hit your scanner. Your scanner also has a section. Now what's this one called? Just as important as your scanner is going to be your analysis visor. Now just as important as your scanner is going to be your analysis visor. The game will prompt you at some point to make one. Once you have an analysis visor, once you have your analysis visor installed in your multi-tool, you're going to be able to scan different plants, animals, and minerals. Now, scanning things is going to have multiple benefits. For one, the secondary component of any to scan something, merely look at the item you want to scan, hold down the scan button, and your scanner will scan it for you. When it reaches 100%, you're going to learn that item's name, and you're going to receive a small amount of credits. You can scan minerals. Already scanned that one. Let's see. You can scan animals. Have I scanned this plant yet? And you can scan plants. Scanning everything around you is going to be a great way and your first and main way of earning credits when you first start the game. Was there anything else with the scanner I had to go over? I don't think so, and I think the rest of this can be done on my main file. Crafting, inventory, ship. I think I can transfer stuff back and forth now. Yes. So just double check and make sure I don't have to do anything else in the new player area. Oh yeah, quests. Now when you first start the game, log. And then when you first start the game, or when you first begin, the game is going to prompt you to, or the game is going to have you. How do I want to say this next part? Now, the beginnings of the game for new players, it's all going to. Now, the beginning of the game for new players is going to revolve around finding and repairing your starship, as well as learning how to make hyperdrive fuel, installing your hyperdrive, and finally jumping out of the system for your very first time. If at any point you're confused on what to do, merely hit the... if at any point in the game you're confused on what your next step in a quest should be, merely go to your log, and you notice that you have 2 mission areas. The primary mission area is going to show 1 to 3 different primary missions you can have. There's 3 different paths in the game you can take, and this is where those 3 paths missions are going to show up at. Your secondary missions, including your opening mission, is going to show up under secondary missions. To switch between missions, just click on the mission you want to focus on. It'll make that mission your focus. The game usually pulls up prompts in the bottom right hand corner telling you exactly what you should be doing for the next part of the mission. In this case, the game wants us to repair our pulse engine. Simply follow what the game wants you to do. And the next steps will pop up in the bottom right. Alright, so that's that point. So we're going back to mode select because the rest is going to be on our main game. Play game. I'm actually going to delete the normal one. And we're going to load up a regular game. What time is it? 12:57. I think we can get all this recorded tonight. We won't get it edited tonight, but we can all get it all recorded tonight. All right. Now we're on our main game right now. Alright, let's get to our base. Actually, no, space station is going to be next. My God, I don't... Seriously. Whoa, I'm getting some great lag. Oh, the... Okay. Let me turn back around because I actually wanted to get myself flying in there. But the frigate I sent out earlier ran into some trouble. Okay, this is actually a little loud for me. I gotta turn that down just a little bit. No, I need that HUD on actually because I want to show them what that looks like. General options, HUD enabled. Now, one of the first things the game is going to prompt you to do once you get your spaceship fixed is to go to the local space station. Now, in previous versions of No Man's Sky, every single system had a space station, and your starting one will always have one as well. However, not every star is going to have a space station anymore. I guess that was kind of useless information because I'm not going to really want to know that in the beginning. Now, one of the first things the game is going to prompt you to do once you get your spaceship repaired is to visit the local space station. That's a crappy ship. Gotta check out the ships while I'm here. Now, the inside of most space stations are going to look the exact same. On the one side, you're going to have, actually, which way would you land in here? So I guess that'll be the right side. Now, the insides of most space stations are going to be the same. On the right side, you're going to have your inventory upgrades and your vendors. And on the left side, you're going to have your mission kiosks and your portals. Let's take a look at the right side first. Now, when you first start, you aren't going to be able to do too much with the vendors or with the mission kiosks, but it's good to know what these things are for later on in the game. Now, on the stall to the very left, you're going to have an NPC who's going to sell you technology upgrade for your exosuit, as well as an inventory upgrade for your exosuit as well. I can't access it because mine is fully upgraded already. When upgrading your exosuit, your first upgrade is going to be for free, and you notice you can do it in one of 3 slots. You need to upgrade your technology slot, which is going to have a max of 14 slots, your general slot, which is going to have a maximum of 48 slots, and your cargo slots, which also have a maximum of 48. We'll get to what all these slots do in a little bit. Okay, I'll do that, then I go to the NPCs. Now the far left NPC is going to sell technology for your exosuit. Now the technology you buy is going to come in one of 2 forms, either upgrade modules or blueprints. Upgrade modules are one-time use modules that will install a specific piece of technology. Shit, into what? The technology that you buy has one of 2 forms. Either blueprints, which can be built over and over again, or one-time use modules that can be used to insert and upgrade one time. Now, whether it be upgrade modules or blueprints, these are going to cost you nanites. And we'll go over how to earn nanites later on. Now the first NPC sells you exosuit modules. The second NPC is going to sell you starship modules. And finally, the third NPC is going to sell you multi-tool modules, as well as have a multi-tool for sale. Now the third NPC is going to sell multi-tool modules, as well as have a multi-sale. Now the third NPC is going to sell you multi-tool modules, as well as having a multi-tool for sale to his right, or left. See, that's actually an alien one, but it's actually, I think it's stats. This isn't part of the video. Yeah, its stats are actually better than mine, and it's a B class with less slots. It's crazy. And yeah, we just had this right side. The right side of the station may also have, it's not may, it's will. The right side of the station is also going to have a randomly generated room all the way to the right. This will usually house aliens, and may is, take 96. Actually, I should probably show them this too. Now, besides the 3 markets, the right side of the now besides the 3 markets, the right side of the space station is also going to spawn a random room in the very right. Now, besides the 3 markets, the right side of the station is also going to have a randomly generated room in the back. The room will usually have some amount of aliens, as well, and may possibly have a few objects along the walls to interact with, including the potential of a galactic trade network. Including the potential of a galactic trade terminal. There, I don't gotta redo that whole thing. Actually, I want those nanites. Gimme. Alright. Now for the left side of the space station. The left side of the space station is always going to have a randomly generated room in the far left, a trade terminal, and 2 different mission kiosks. Now the mission kiosk on the left is going to have all your basic missions in it. Oh yeah, I've already got these. I don't know if I want to show that or not. When you begin the game, you're no. The mission terminal on the left. Now the mission vendor on the left is going to. Now the mission. I'm saying vision. I need mission. I need another drink's what I need. Now the mission vendor on the left is going to have all of your basic missions that you can. Now the mission vendor on the left is going to have your basic missions you can do, and the one on the right is not going to be available until you level up in the specific guilds. I'll be doing another video over the guilds later on. The left side of the space station is always going. The left side of the space station is also going to have a portal in it. Once you get far enough in the game, you can use this portal to teleport to. Once you get far enough in the game, you can use this portal to teleport to different. Keep getting the word station. Once you get far enough in the game, you can use this portal to teleport to different stations you've been to. Once you've been far enough in the game, you can use this station to. I can get this, I swear. Once you've gotten far enough in the game, you can use this teleporter to teleport to different stations you've already been to. Actually, my mouth is just dry from. Yeah. Time for a 10-minute timeout. Go use the bathroom, get some coffee, watch some Not Safe for internet, come back, relax. Are you talking about me or you? Now, once you've gotten far enough in the game, you can use this teleporter to teleport to your home base once you've built one, as well as other stations that you've visited in the past. There we go, I just mixed up base and station, I'm good. Space stations will usually also have aliens around. On the left side. Space stations will usually have a number of aliens around as well. Speaking to them may yield some useful rewards, including locations on planets that may be of interest to you, items, or excuse me. No. If I stop, I'm done for the night. I don't got too much more to go for the opening. Got to get past the space station and a couple ship things. Each station should have several aliens on it as well. When you speak of these aliens, you can get randomness. I don't really think that's... You know what, I might have to do a whole other thing on the aliens though, because they do a lot of stuff. Space stations will usually have a number of aliens on them as well, which I'll go into in depth later. And then I just need some starships to land real quick. Yeah, it's like 1 a.m. here. Yeah, when I'm done, I'm in the bed. And I will edit all this probably tomorrow. I don't know. I might stream my editing too. I don't know. Oh yeah, you're still working on your project too. How's that coming along, by the way? These ships are so damn slow. There we go, now they're coming in. Now, besides the mission area and the market, space stations also serve one other major purpose. Besides being a safe haven if you get into combat, you can also use space stations to purchase spaceships. Now, you can also purchase different spaceships while on a space station. To purchase a ship you're interested in, walk up to the ship. Now, actually, you can do more than one thing. Oh wait, what's this ship? Oh, that's damn near a max one. What class is that? Spaceships will also land on the space station while you're on it. To interact with the space station, you can interact with these spaceships and either buy or sell items to the creatures inside, or even purchase the starship for yourself. Yeah, if you put down if you land on a trading post, and the ships are going to land regardless. And like we usually put down beacons on them because there's potential for like rare and unique ships to land there if you're in like a really wealthy system. And every time you load up a save at a trading post, a random assortment of ships in that system are going to land there. So if you don't see the ship you want when they land immediately, or when you load it up, ships are immediately going to land. And every time you load that save, it's going to be random what ships land there. But they're all going to drop from the same pool. So each planet only has a certain amount of ships that are there. So that is set for that planet. So if you see a ship that you want in that system, you just land on the trading post, make a hard save there, wait for some ships to land. If they're ones you want, great, buy them. If not, then you just reload that save and see what ships land then. And that's how you kind of keep reloading your save to get the ships that you want. Got to get a program to monitor brightness. Awesome. You can also purchase starships that land on space stations. To purchase a ship, just go up to it and activate it. While inside, you can sell and buy items from the life form, or you can make an offer on the starship. When purchasing a ship, the cost of your ship can either be deducted from the price of the new ship you want, or you can purchase it outright. In this case, you can own a maximum of 6 starships. Once you own 6 ships, all you can do is exchange your ships for the one you currently have. Oh yeah, I got quite a few ships. And I will show you the ones I got here in a little bit. And let me switch over to different view real quick. Okay, so those were the basics of No Man's Sky as far as what elements you need to watch out for on planets. So those are the basics of No Man's Sky as far as how to survive on planets and what elements you need to keep your hazard shields charged up, your oxygen charged up, and things to look out for when you're in a system. It's not even that really, because I just went over the basic crafting things. So went over the elements. Okay, so these were your absolute basic day one. Not even tips and tricks, this was just really an explanation of what different systems do, the absolute basic systems. However, No Man's Sky is way, way deeper than this. Everything from trading to buying starships to increasing inventory slots, scanning for new ships. There's a million different things you can do. Not, literally a million, but there's a ton of stuff you can do. But this is just your basic guide to your first hour, really, of No Man's Sky. So my next video is going to be going over things like increasing your inventory, how to really make money, purchasing ships, and it's really going to go more like a tips and tricks from that. So I'm going to have 2 or 3 different videos after this one explaining all these various systems and some things that may not be explained very well. And I have a final video kind of going over certain bugs in the game and some multiplayer stuff. So again, thank you all for watching. Look out for my next videos going over more and more advanced tips and tricks as we go. But thank you for checking out the Beginner's Guide to No Man's Sky Survival. And that was me joking. And we will see you later. Actually, let me do an emote on that one. Not what I meant to do. And we will see you later. That sucked. And we will see you later. Alright, and now I can end recordings. Alright, Audacity, stop. OBS, stop. Okay, so that's going to be like a basic, probably 5 or 10 minute video when it's all said and done. File, save project as, desktop. No Man's Sky 1. Okay, and then OBS automatically saves to a pre-selected spot that I have set up. Okay, it is getting late, so I'm gonna unwind for a couple of minutes and show you my ships. So I'm done recording for tonight. Tomorrow I'm gonna be editing. Alright, let's show you the ships I got. Oh wait, I got my frigate right there. Alright, so here's my freighter. And I've got a bunch of frigates that have joined me now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I need to repair. Yeah, I had a list of things on there. Thing is, I've got everything from basic information to actual like tips and tricks as far as like money making stuff or like systems that aren't really explained too well in the game. It's kind of hard differentiating that I'm still not talking right. It's kind of hard differentiating between what an absolute new player is gonna want to know versus a veteran player. That's one of the reasons I had to keep starting over. But alright, so you already saw my main ship here. This is my main fighter. I renamed it the Spider Bite. This is my maxed out freighter. 34 slots is the maximum for a freighter. It is an S class, which is the highest class you can get. So I basically got the highest freighter I can get. And I think I got this right after I streamed last time. I might have had it. I might have had it then. I'm not sure. But yeah, I got really lucky on this one. This fighter is an A class. And then I've got a few more ships around. This is an A-class fighter that I have. I'm actually looking to upgrade this to another kind of ship, or to an S-class with more slots. One thing that they did change up in No Man's Sky, the ships actually do have a more appropriate role now. The original game that came out, you could get any kind of ship with 48 slots in it, and there didn't used to be a technology slot. The main slots in here, the inventory slots, you can install technology or use it for cargo. Technology slots or strictly for technology. You can't put any cargo in there, but you can install, tech stuff in there so it's not taking up cargo room. But they won't go up to 48 slots anymore. So the max for a fighter is actually 38 slots in the main one, and then 12 for the technology slot. The max slots you can get are 48 in the regular inventory, and this is my hauler. It's a 45 slot. Well, I've got stuff in here. Oh, I need to actually take these out. This is stuff I should have on me. I didn't realize I had anything in this thing. But the maximum that a hauler can have is actually 48 slots. This is only a 45 slot, and for tech, it's only got 7 slots. So this one can get bigger, so I am looking to trade it out for a maxed out S-Class hauler. Getting those is obviously a bit rare. Well, 48 slots isn't so rare, you can find those fairly easy, but getting an S-Class is a pain in the butt. Now, like I said, mine's a B-Class, so you see shields are all 31%, so it specializes in obviously hauling cargo, and it's really beefy because it's got very crappy maneuverability. Those are 3 of my ships, and my other 3 are over here. I just picked this one up today. This is the only S-Class ship that I've found today. It's an S-Class fighter. It's only got 29 and 5 slots, so since it can go up to 38, I can still get 8 more slots in here. And I think this goes up to 12? Yeah, 12, because I've got a fighter with 12 slots. So it's an S-Class, but it doesn't have all the slots in it. But it's got 59% damage, 24% shield, so I may end up keeping this one. Unless I happen to find one traded that I can trade it out with. I really like the wing design on this one though, so I may end up keeping it. But moderate amount of slots for an S-Class. This one right here, I haven't been in a while. What is this? Oh yeah, that's right. I had another S-Class. This is the first S-Class I found, I think. But I mean, it's 19 slots, so it's only got half of what a fighter could potentially get. So this one is definitely getting traded out. And then I do have, I guess this is like the S-Class section here, because this hauler, also an S-Class, but it only has 31 slots, which is terrible for a hauler. I mean, yeah, 59% shields, the B-Class had 31%, but this is, I mean, I'm not going to, my fighter holds more than this thing does. 4 tech slots, so yeah, this one not so great. So this one and the second one I am planning on trading out for other fighters. Or I'm sorry, that one I'm going to trade out for another hauler. This fighter I'm going to be trading out, and then that second fighter in the middle I'm going to be trading out. So for 3 ships definitely I'm going to be trading out. Have you ever gotten that thing that's a spear on top of a vertical golden wing? Do you know which one I'm talking about? I do actually. The main body of it is a spear. I've seen a bunch of different wing designs. I've seen some that kind of fold out and go underneath it. I've seen some where it's, I mean, I've seen, those things are so unique and rare, but there are quite a few wing designs with them. But yeah, the main body of it is round, and yeah, it's got some real intricate designs on it. I like it. There's also a squid ship. which I have yet to ever see in my own playthrough. And then there's one more unique one too that I haven't gotten. I don't have any of the unique ones right now. I am planning on getting one of those too. They apparently cap out at 20 slots. So I was freaking out before because I could never find one over 19 or 20 slots. Turns out 20 is a max. So if I can find one of those, I'm pretty much good. Up here is my hauler's buildable area. You can make a base inside of a freighter. When you start off with it, none of this is actually clear. I actually had to build all the... it's weird how to do it. You have to build the room. All you're really doing is making an empty spot, though, so you can place stuff in it. So this took... like, it's not even loading up all the way, but... I mean, this is like 100, or not even 100. What would you say? Maybe a 50 by 50 area. This took days to open up. I ain't even built anything up here. What's so good about squid ships? It's a unique ship, and the unique ships get crazy good stats. So think, like for example, my hauler here has got 59% shields, but only 19 damage and 30% hyperdrive, which is, you know, how far you can jump. These unique ships all have like 50 plus in every stat. Now, as far as what makes a squid ship so unique, it's just a really unique design. I mean, it looks like a squid. I mean, I don't have any other way to describe it. It just looks like a squid. But all the unique ships have like really unique designs and incredible stats, which is why they have such low inventory slots. I guess the thought is that because they have higher stats, you need less modules to actually make them good, which is true. But it also means that the ship has to specialize a lot more too. So, for example, my fighter here, I've got 4 different weapons on it. This is a 38 slot. All my tech slots are full. I've got all 3 kinds of hyperdrive, so I can go to any star I want. I've got a lot of pulse engine mods in here. I've almost got 6 in here. So I've almost got maximum maneuverability on here and speed. I've got really long hyperdrive range. I've got pretty much any kind of scanner you can have on here. And I've got really good weapons upgrades. So this fighter is more of a jack of all trades. Whereas a unique with only 19, 20 slots, I'm going to have to specialize in like one weapon or like one role. All I'm going to do what with, you can actually build like a base up there. Like, let me show you, or actually going to take a while to get there. But, it's not quite anything you could put into a base, but the main things you can put in there are like cargo containers. You can put extra storage in there. And you can build farms up there, along with refiners. And I don't know if I can put a teleporter down up there or not. I don't think I can. But essentially you can make a mobile base with it, which is what I am planning to do. So I've got my ground-based base. And this is crappy vessel, I'm not buying you. I've got my ground-based base, and I have got, I've got my freighter. I'm going to start working on the base. We're going to start getting some plants and stuff set up there, so I can craft stuff and make money as I'm exploring, without having to go back to my home base all the time. And I'm actually going to head back to my home base here real quick as soon as I orient myself. There we go. I'm going to show you my base before I get off. Let's see, one cool thing about having all these combat frigates that I have with me. If I get attacked, my freighters send out ships to defend me. So I'm going to let them fight that guy. I'm going to use teleporter to get home. I can outrun all these guys too. I think I just need one more pulse. Yeah, one more pulse engine mod, and I've got pretty much the fastest that a ship can get outside of an S class. And even then, I mean, this is A class. It's still, yeah, new build bees. It's almost off the charts. It's almost maxed out. And I'm going to go to my home base and show you what that looks like. Now, Severs and I actually live at the same planet. I'm not sure if I'm going to see her base when she loads in. The game's multiplayer is still kind of weird. That's the one, I mean, that's still a big gripe, especially since I want to play with her. But, like, there'll be times when we load to our bases, but we won't actually see the other person's base unless they are actually there as well. Now, part of that has to do with uploading your base to the server, so that it's always there. So if you don't upload your base, whenever you make changes, your changes aren't going to stick to the No Man's Sky server. But, let's see, I like that. They all fight against the bad guys too. That's useful. Yeah, I mean, it is useful. And then all your frigates do things for you too, like some collect items for you, and you can go to each one and pick up the items. I mean, nothing super special. I mean, having them defend you in combat is like the best thing in my opinion. But you get certain elements from each one when you land on them, like carbon or I forgot what else because I really do it. I mean, I got a lot of ships, so it's hard to land on all of them. It can take forever. I mean, the main thing that is useful for them is sending them out on expeditions. I mean, I made 6 million plus today just from the credits that they brought back and all the items they brought back. I mean, I made at least 30 million just off the items that they brought back. Now, it's an investment. Each frigate costs about, the C-class ones cost 1 to 2 million depending on how good they are. I've actually found A and S-class frigates out in the wild as well. So just like you can find an S-class, well, basically everything else, you can also find S-class frigates. And of course, the higher the class, the higher the stats, the better they are when they're out on missions. Okay, so yeah, Saber's base is actually over there in that blank area where that round indent is, but since she's not on right now, it's not actually showing her base, which is, again, not something that I like. But here is my base. I've got my basic farm in here, which is actually time to harvest some crops. What just hurt me? Oh, so I got a bunch of crops in here that I've been growing. Let's go ahead and harvest them. So we can grow crops that normally would not grow on this planet in here. And then use those crops to make trade items that we can sell. Now we're using the hydroponic trays, which take carbon to run. There is also a greenhouse that you can unlock that does not take any power to run. And that's what we're working towards now. There we go. The cactus flesh is one that is used in a lot of recipes. Now, each of these plants is found on a different type of planet too. Like the solar vines, for example, you're only going to find on like hot planets, desert planets. The cactus flesh, I forgot what you find that on. Sure, I know, it's just, again, I'm tired and my brain is mushing out on me. But there we go, the frost crystals, that's another really good one because they are used in glass making. Gimme. And we need a lot of glass for a lot of stuff we would have built. Alright, all that harvested. I got a lot of crap in inventory. Not a bad haul though, all these items right here. Alright, so we're gonna put a bunch of stuff away before we go to bed. What is in my ship? Oh, there is one more thing I want to show you though, because I know I haven't showed this off on stream yet. My exocraft. So besides starships, you can also build different exocraft, which are essentially your cars for exploring planets. Now, I just got the mission to start building these things, so this is my first one. I haven't put any upgrades in it at all yet. But these don't have like different classes or anything, it's just ones that you build. And actually, I'm supposed to be installing some upgrades in here, I just haven't done it yet. And while I'm here, I need to put down the base for this again. I need 4 ion batteries real quick. And there's 3 different exocraft. There is the one I just showed you. There is a giant hauler that has a really big inventory, and then there is a teeny tiny one, but it goes over water. What else I need? 4 ion batteries. I've also even built a trade terminal in my base, so I can sell stuff from the base. Let me put my base down real quick. Those car, the tire suspension system is gorgeous. It's a neat RC car. Yep, and as I progress through the quests for these things, I can actually hook on a cannon to this thing, a scanner, a mining beam, all sorts of stuff. Or actually, those are it, the scanner, mining beam, and the cannon. There we go. But whenever I get to a new planet, if I want to explore around on it and not have to walk around, I can actually build this platform and then summon my car to it whenever. See? And we put down some atmospheric harvesters so I can start harvesting some gases. So this is the base right now. I'm planning on doing a bunch of cool... Oh, this one is not... I did not color that one. There we go. But I purposely built that over the water. I am planning on making part of my base underwater and with glass so you can actually see down in it. Right now I just kind of have my storage containers outside without, I really put them anywhere special. I should. I'm still not sure how I want the base to look when I'm done. But yeah, this is my little basic base here. So let me put down my save point. And then let's put away all of our stuff before we go to bed. I got a lot of cactus flesh, which is good. Oh, really? What? Oh yeah, frost crystals are full. I can actually make some windows real quick, hold on. Window. I need ionized cobalt and glass for that. I should have some ionized cobalt. Yep, I can make 8 of these. What am I doing? There we go. That's what I meant to do. We're gonna put some windows up real quick and then we'll go to bed after that. And I made 9 on accident. Screw it, I'll keep making them. I'm sure I use them all. I got the rest of Savage if she doesn't have enough. Let's see. Structure, window. Oh, these will attach to the side here. Alright, so I got glass corridor. Okay, I gotta be backed up a little bit to put this down. Everything snaps together really. It's almost like the Subnautica build system. Everything snaps together really, really well. Although, when you're close to it or inside of it, it's a little crazy. There we go. But everything locks into place pretty well. There we go. There we go. Now I got the window there. So yeah, I'm gonna window all of this, and then yeah, I'm gonna get the underwater base going. And I think I have, because I had tested it out before too. I forgot. Looks a little weird. I mean, you can see water there, but when you go down, I mean, there's no water. I can breathe down here. But I think it's still gonna be cool, so that is the plan. Nope, I did not mean to fall down into the ladder. And then when I eventually get it unlocked, I'm going to have spaceship landing pads out here on the water. We just don't have that technology unlocked yet. Can I do a mission for you? Didn't I finish his mission? One second. Okay, I didn't take the picture. I thought I did. But for now, that is gonna do it. I got the recording done. Tomorrow or over the next couple days, I'm gonna edit that video. If I focus, I can get it done in about an hour and a half tomorrow, just because it's not hard editing it. It's just gonna be me cutting out a lot of, or I mean, pretty much all the screw ups and getting it cut down to like the 5-10 minutes that it needs to be. And adding in our background music, which we do have a custom track from a buddy of mine that I have licensed. He's a music producer, and he actually made a background song for me that I actually use in my videos. But let's go ahead and put this stuff up. Oh, you know what? I can actually put down... There's always one more thing to do. Wrong box. I've got enough to put down 2 more frost crystal plants. Equipment, farming, plants, frost crystal. Alright, we got 2 more going. Yeah, I've actually got background music that I use. I've got once, like, I can use anything in the YouTube library that's, we're allowed to. I mean, there's a YouTube creator library that we, like, one of the reasons you hear a lot of the same songs on YouTube is because we're allowed to use their creator library, which has a bunch of music submitted to it specifically for that, so you don't have to pay for that music. Only stipulation is some of it you just have to make sure that you accredit the person who made it. And I mean, some you don't even have to do that. But it specifically lists like the ones that you have to credit somebody. It lists it right there, like, hey, please credit me in this one. They put exactly what you need to put down for it, and some of them don't. They're like, hey, just put this in your song, or put this in your video, and you're good. So that is one nice thing that YouTube does for us creators. Cobalt. How do I not have enough to make more glass? Hold on a second, I should be able to make more windows. I knew something was funky. I thought I had enough to make more windows. It was a cobalt I was out of, that's what it was. And I put together the day's gathering. Yeah, you should be able to just look it up. I don't remember. I mean, yeah, I just usually look it up. I don't know the web address or anything, but yeah, it's just under YouTube. I think you go under. There's a specific spot you go, but it's not really hard to find if you look it up. And then gold and silver go onto the freighter. My cargo items. You go to cargo. Cargo. That needs a cell. Warp cell. Starship, actually. Now see, this is one of the things we're going to be trying to make. The portable reactor. Each one of these things sells for 5 million units. So with the 5 I have, I can sell this for 25 million. And I'm going to do that right now, actually. But that's what the beginnings of the farm is for. Is we can start the long, drawn-out process of getting all the basic elements you need to make this kind of stuff. Time to go get more silicon for Windows. We're on the awesome car. Not quite. I gotta go get it's actually the cobalt that we need. But I'll probably gather some of that up tomorrow. Exosuit. Alright, the tritium goes in a starship. Wait, nav data also goes in my exosuit. The glass I'll leave there. The only thing I gotta put up is dihydrogen, save, and then go to bed. I wish I had a lot of technology in this game right now. I don't know why my ship keeps landing right there in the water, but... Alright. Well, this was interesting during my recording session live. I think I might go ahead and start doing that more often now. Just if nothing else for the company and the pointers. But, hey, thank you for coming by, Kyle. I appreciate you spending some time with us, like always. I am taking my butt to bed, and I don't know, I might do the editing live tomorrow too. We'll see. I might be taking it too far, but I'm getting to bed. I'm getting loopy. So I will see you later, man.